Ah, shoot. The squad is in the building. Why do my glasses always fog up in here? What's up, squad? What is up, squad? Hey. Hey, okay. Look. Hold on. I hear myself from somewhere. Okay, let me turn this off right here. All right. Shout out to the squad in the building. Go ahead and put up your aliens as you enter the room. If you haven't already liked this video or don't like it, put a thumbs down if you don't like it. I don't care. Shout out to John Edwards. I see you, Zakia. I got to shout out a few members of the squad. Missy Rain, I see you. Rosalind, Zakia, yes. Come on through. Yes, represent for the squad in here. Okay, all the aliens. The Marilyn McGowan, Brenda, I see you. Okay. Hold on. Who else is in this building? Okay, BC Entertainment, B Red. Okay, Missy Rain, Janicia. All right. We all in the building. Look, it's a whole lot of people in here. I am nervous. Hold on. Let me see. It's a whole lot of people in here. We just got a new member of the squad. Juicy J is a new member of the squad. This chat is going super duper fast. I got to figure out how to slow it down. Hold on. We about to figure this out right now. We about to figure this out right now. Hold on. Look. And if I can't stop it, it's just going to be fast. How it's going to be this fast? It don't say nothing in here about stopping the stream or making it slow. I see the stream health. I see promoting my merch. I see all of that. I can pin my little merchandise. Anyway, hey, thank y'all for joining me today. I'm here, Michelle A.T. Brown, straight from the A.com. I'm here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta virtual reunion, season 12, virtual reunion, part 2. You know, I apologize for not being able to slow this chat down. I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and it's not. Oh, wait, there it is. Wait, is this it right here? Nope, that's not it. Wait, live chat. Wait, I might have found it. Bam! I slowed it down for y'all. Let me see if that works. Does that work, y'all? Is it a little bit slower? Is that a little bit slower? Is that too slow? Let me know if that's too slow. I don't know how to change it, but if it's too slow, y'all gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so tonight's episode, I don't know if you've seen, so many people were like tagging me, talking about, did you see Nene left? But we already talked about it. She didn't leave because nobody ran her off. And I guess I should go ahead and start this stream with her prepared statement. I'm like, dang, you got a prepared statement already? Hold on, I'm going to say this and then we're going to talk about the whole entire reunion. Nene hit the Instagram just moments ago to tell y'all what the deal was. And y'all remember she came on my show also to share. She said, it only felt right to personally remove myself from the reunion. So much had happened this season. The cookie lady, Mark and Kenya's fake marriage, ooh, the shade, Dennis accusations, Snakegate, and much more. But drilling me on subjects, muting me, flashing back to things that had happened since the show has wrapped, like my relationship with Wendy while in quarantine. Why didn't they ask about Candy's restaurant shooting then, if that's what they were doing? Interviews I've done since we wrapped the show that has nothing to do with the show. After deciding that apologizing for certain things was only right, that wasn't genuine enough. Starting over with Lil Sis Porsha was made fun of, and here they go, bringing someone on the reunion that I was personally told by executives wasn't allowed on set anymore. Are y'all sipping this tea? All of this and so much more felt like the rules only applied to me and that I was being held to a different standard than others, but you continue to be the judge. You continue. Y'all can continue to be the judge. Look, we've been talking about this for how many weeks now? I done spilled so much tea. I hope y'all been paying attention to who been right, who been wrong, what's been credible, what hasn't. I've been trying to tell y'all. The situation wasn't what it appeared to be. Everybody was acting like Kenya Moore was boxing people and, Kandi was kicking people out. But clearly Kandi had a fake agenda. The whole alliance had a fake agenda, honey. They was ready, honey. They was gunning. And shout out to Porsha. Porsha had been holding down the reunion. Like, it's been like a tag team with Porsha and Nene. But then this reunion, Porsha held her own. Everybody was like, Team Porsha. Who y'all think ran the reunion today? Who do y'all think ran the reunion? What team twirled that? Y'all think Kenya ran the reunion? Kandi Cody Click. Do y'all think Kandi ran the reunion? Team Nene, you think Nene ran the reunion? We already know Cynthia didn't say nothing to the end or somewhere about. So what about Eva? We don't think Eva ran it. We already know Eva ain't running nothing. Who y'all think ran it? Let me see. Somebody with a peach. Anybody with a peach. Let me see. Nene and Porsha, team Porsha. Nobody cares for Kandi. Wait a minute. Okay, well, let me go ahead and start with my commentary then. Y'all said team Nene, team Porsha. Oh, it looks like it's okay. All right, I see everybody. Okay, Porsha actually was getting on your nerves. Okay, but so let's start with Porsha then, since we're gonna start with Porsha's receipts. Y'all remember when we last left off on episode 1? Porsha said she had some hot receipts in her phone that Kenya was backstabbing Cynthia, and she said she was gonna send it to Andy and Cynthia. Well, kind of find out, the receipts were valid, but apparently Cynthia don't feel they are, because clearly it doesn't matter what Kenya do. Cynthia gonna be right there kissing her butt talks. She does not care. So the receipts that Porsha had, apparently it was Kenya venting about Eva and how she felt that Cynthia should have had her back a little bit more. And apparently what Porsha was saying wasn't actually in the text, but Porsha claimed she talked to Kenya on the phone, and Kenya said that Cynthia's day was coming. Cynthia didn't care. Cynthia was like, well, it's too many middlemen. I don't know. I didn't see it. Whatever, child. It don't matter. Somebody can tell you, Porsha, that somebody can tell Cynthia that Mike Hill was in the bed with Porsha, and Cynthia would not care. With Kenya, and Cynthia would not care. Cynthia be like, well, was they kissing? Did you see it with your own eyes, or did somebody tell you? I need to know. But there's that. You said Porsha is annoying, Cynthia is an airhead. Y'all so funny. Cynthia is a whole fool when it comes to Kenya. What is up with that? What does Kenya have on these people? And then we had a whole situation about the whole Real House Moms of Atlanta. Oh gosh, everybody on the show has a baby. Almost everybody. If they don't have a baby, the baby is grown. Nene's children are grown. Cynthia's daughter is grown, even though she was trying to act like she might be pregnant, talking about her. She hadn't had a cycle in about 2 months. Girl, you might be in menopause. If you haven't had a cycle, I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I digress. Then, talk about Eva having her babies, talking about baby PJ and how adorable she is. And we talked about baby Brooklyn. And Kenya said that Brooklyn is hitting all of her benchmarks. She's just so wonderful being a mother. But speaking of Cynthia and her situation with her new daughters, she got 2 new daughters because Mike Hill has 2 kids. They brought up the fact that Andy was like, it's a third girl over there. Who is that girl over there? And she was like, that's Noelle's girlfriend. Cynthia's been, hitting around, talking about Noelle being fluid and all that, even though we think she's a lesbian, but that's her business. Well, it ain't her business since they put it on TV. It's our business now. It's our business to talk about it. So y'all just gonna put it out there and go to gay pride and all that. But if she fluid, we ain't seen her with a boy. We ain't seen, it's like at the end of the day, we seen her with a girl. We feel like she's a lesbian. She's a lesbian right now. So Andy praised Cynthia for being so accepting of the relationship. Why do we even care? I guess so. There was also a situation with Cynthia and Mike Hill when Mike Hill made some inappropriate comments in front of the daughter, and the daughter got upset. So Cynthia, they were making it seem like it was that awkward sex conversation. Like, Cynthia said something about, giving head or something. And Mike's friend was like, you better, that's how you keep them. That's why you engage. But that wasn't it. If you recall the situation with Mike and the daughter, the reason why the daughter got upset was because Mike was talking about he never loved anyone before, or he's never been in love before, and all of that. And he said that in front of his daughters, like they mama wasn't shit. That's why the daughter ran out. But they didn't bring that part up. But I digress. That's just us watching throughout the season. That's what we saw. They talked about Marlo being a new mom to the nephews. I thought that was cute. Finally, Marlo got some things to say, a little bit anyway. But they asked Nene how she felt about Marlo being a mom, and Nene, if she had changed any. And Nene was like, she stopped shopping. Apparently she's saving all her money for the nephews. Andy noted that the nephews were, best dressed. They dressed just as well as their mom T. Who else? Oh, Porsha and PJ. Porsha, everybody be talking about Porsha's baby. Everybody be speculating about Porsha baby. Why the baby so mean? Why the baby to be looking like that? Why the baby be frowning? Porsha baby don't never smile. So Andy asked Porsha about PJ's no nonsense attitude. He put it very politely. Porsha said that her mama said that PJ was just like her when she was a baby, and that being said, that she would grow up to be as glamorous and glorious as Porsha, which was cute. What else? Well, let me see. Honestly, I think episode 1 of the reunion, part 1 of the reunion, was better than part 2, in my opinion. But I'm here for it because I'm a Housewives fan. We can talk about it. Then when Porsha was talking about the baby, comes up about what happened with Porsha and Kenya's budding friendship, because you remember at the beginning of the season they were spending time with their babies. They were at Brooklyn's little party, and Kenya says that she felt like Porsha was shading her throughout the seasons and confessionals and everything. And remember Porsha did that confessional saying that Kenya was a secret shopper of Go Naked hair. And whatever the case, Kenya seems to see it a bit differently. Kenya said it was when Nene came back on the scene. And I'm like, when she came back from where? Was she gone? Well, I don't know. Nene ain't been gone. Kenya was gone a season. Nene wasn't gone. So, I don't know if she meant when she came back into Porsha's life, but I know she didn't mean come back on the show, but that's my opinion. But she said, she felt that was when Porsha's attitude changed towards her. But Porsha says that's not it. Porsha was like, well, dang, it was fun shade. Like, you shade me, I shade you, and, you could dish out shade. Why can't you take it? And that's true. Like, Kenya can never take being shaded. It's always, Kenya can say whatever she wants about anybody. As soon as somebody says something about her, she the victim. Don't say that about my marriage. Don't say that about, it's like, girl, get over it. So they even pulled receipts of Kenya shading Porsha about that whole Dennis situation, when Kenya was giggling, talking about Porsha must like it doggy style, to imply, about that whole lie that some YouTuber said about Dennis McKinley, liking bestiality, the word, sex with animals, but, I don't know who would make up a lie like that, but I ain't gonna even go in on the bottom feeders. But Porsha even said it's not true, that she was, she could have been mad about it because people had, was saying little stuff, but she started to laugh about it herself. Because remember, who else said something? Like Nene said she might need a tetanus shot or something like that. But there's that. There's another thing is Porsha ended up calling Kenya out about, lying about Shamia, because she was like at her event, for Kenya to speak up and say those things about her best friend. It was interesting because Shamia came to her later and said that, she didn't understand why Kenya would say all that. It was a lie. So Kenya claims she already posted the receipts, and they showed the receipts of the text. But Porsha said them receipts need to be in the shredder because Shamia told her that you flat out lie. In fact, the text that Kenya posted were at least a month before Shamea even gave birth. So if those are your receipts, how is it that you said that you was with Shamea, you went to the hospital with her when her water broke? Kenya kept saying it's just all a misunderstanding. She would not admit to lying not one time. She just kept saying it's all a misunderstanding. And then you got her puppet master in the background, Kandi, chiming in. It's just she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it that way. Clearly, it was a misunderstanding. Kandi, come on, Kandi. Nobody ever calls Kenya out. A lie is a lie. Is a lie. Is a lie. I don't get it. So Kenya, I think Porsha might have said something like, bitch, you lying. I don't even know. I'm paraphrasing, but I know she called her a bitch at some point. And Kenya seemed to be offended by Porsha calling her a bitch. Porsha, says, she apologized for it, but she was like, how can you be mad at somebody calling you a bitch when you calling people cunt's on the regular? It would seem like cunt is more a bigger slur than the bitch because, saying bitch one way or the other, it's like, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey bitch, hey bitch. You know what I'm saying? They use bitch like, everyday occurrence. So, that was interesting. And speaking of the cunt word, Tanya finally got a chance to, confront Kenya about it, but we're going to get to that in a second. Kenya and Marlo, you said I keep it real, Damon. Thank you so much. Kenya and Marlo. Kenya said she was offended by Marlo for whatever reason. Wait a minute. Oh, because Marlo keeps bringing up the fact that she was motherless. Everybody keep bringing up the fact that you were motherless. Kenya, hell, you keep bringing it up because it's clear that, you were missing something out of your life that causes you to lash out at people. So the first thing people assume is it's because she didn't have a mother. And how would they know you didn't have a mother unless you told people? But there's that. It's interesting because Andy was taking these viewer questions, and they picked these viewer questions out ahead of time, and he was real shady about it. But he picked a viewer question and asked Marlo if she would be offended if someone asked her the same about her nephews. Like if they were wait a minute. Yeah, if they said the same thing about her nephews being motherless or not having unconditional love or whatever the case may be. Kenya said, she just matching people's energy, so it was just interesting. You said Kenya ain't showing no receipts. It is what it is. Marlo kind of brings up the fact that, I'm skipping all over the place, but Marlo brought up the fact about Kenya, crashing her lunch party with the whole Kenya Moore hair care situation. And it was during that lunch party that, Marlo was like, it's all fun shade when I say certain things about you being motherless or whatever it is. But she said she apologized 4 years ago, but she was like, whatever she said recently, it's just all fun shade. So Kenya said, was it fun shade when you was at your lunch party and you said I don't have unconditional love for my mother? Because you said it again. You said it since you apologized. But then oddly enough, Bravo ran the tape back and Marlo didn't say nothing about her mama the second time. The second time when they was at Marlo's lunch, when she was pissed off that Kenya Moore came in there with that 3-piece band, Marlo said Kenya doesn't have unconditional love. That's why Mark doesn't love her. Mark doesn't love her unconditionally. And it was like she was talking about Mark. She wasn't talking about your mama. Everybody was talking about Mark because nobody even believes that Mark is even in the picture. But there's that. So Kenya go try to compare apples with oranges because, Porsha, interject. Everybody interjecting, it's just all interjects because there's so many people in the box, in the Zoom boxes. And Kenya asks if it was fun shade when when Marlo and Porsha disrupted her hair care lunch. Y'all remember the hair care lunch? And I'm like, how many years ago was that? Because she wasn't on the season last year. It had to be at least 2 seasons ago when Shamea was pretending to drink the water out the Kenya Moore hair care bottles. So Porsha even said, like, that wasn't even us. That was Shamea. And Shamea ain't here. So why are you bringing it up? And speaking of them bringing up stuff from last season, this season, I feel like the producers must have had something to do with that because throughout this whole episode, this episode and last episode, they not talking about anything that happened throughout the season. They talking about everything that's happened after the season, in the quarantine, and all of that. Just like Nene's notice said, I'm just pointing out, like she said, keep paying attention. I'm paying attention. Are y'all paying attention? Anyway, it was when Kenya said that she kept talking about Marlo trying to bring her mom in it. And then that's when the whole read started, because Nene started interjecting. And well, actually she didn't interject. Look, she didn't interject. Kenya kind of threw it out there that did you have unconditional love when you and Nene was fucking the same man? And look, I might be getting it wrong because I watched it a long time ago, so forgive me, correct me if I'm wrong, but she did have a read about Nene and Marlo fucking the same man. And everybody was like thinking that it was the football player, whoever his name was, way back, Charles somebody, I think that was his name, back when Marlo first joined the show. But no, they were talking about the pizza guy who Nene met through Donald Trump when she was on Celebrity Apprentice, and he was buying her Louboutins and stuff. And remember, they have talked about this several times. Nene said she was FUCK in his pockets. And Marlo, I don't know what Marlo was doing. She may have been running credit cards and stuff too. Who knows? But Nene piped up and said she had never slept with that man. And then she was like, do you know who I'm fucking? Like, it was just a whole, child, it's just been so many reads. It's just been so many reads. You said that read was a stretch over. I know, like, why you, again, pulling things from previous season. How many seasons has it been since John the Pizza Man was on there? How many? I don't even remember. It's been a long time, because Nene had a whole different color shade of blonde hair. It's been a long time, but I digress. Oddly enough, here go Kenya trying to read again, talking about the ugly bitches want to come for the pretty girls. There are no ugly women on that cast. I know y'all like to call women animals. Y'all be calling Nene a moose and Marlo this and da-da-da. None of those women are ugly. None of them. Not even 50 Cent ain't ugly. Nene ain't ugly. Eva ain't ugly. Kenya ain't ugly. Kenya might have an ugly spirit, but she's not an ugly woman. Porsha isn't ugly. So for her to sit up there and say something like that, it's like, here you go, Kenya. I can understand why you are friends with that girl, that other girl. Y'all remember the one I did a video about the last time? I'm not even mentioning her name no more because she's irrelevant, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That's why Kenya is friends with her, because they all about surface level and not about other things like character. But I digress again. Andy asked Kenya, how can she feel so strongly about going at other people's businesses when she does the same? And Tanya was clapping, because clearly, she has gone for other people's businesses too. She came in with the 3-piece band. She did all kind of stuff. And what's crazy is, I'm like, for the first time, Andy up here using expletives. You can fuck with other people's businesses, but others can't fuck with yours. That's a direct quote from Andy Cohen, honey. And I'm like, okay, Andy, you better read Kenya. You better read Kenya. And of course, Kenya's pretty mute. Tanya says that Kenya never apologizes for the things that she does. She never takes responsibility, basically, until she's like, in a corner and forced to. And that being said, she finally apologized for calling Tanya a cunt. God, that whole situation with Tanya and the cookie lady and the wig, it was just so like low down and below the belt, because it was a wig. Kenya wears wigs. She admits she wears wigs. So why on earth would you try to destroy a relationship just because somebody called you out for wearing something that you do? It would be different if you didn't wear wigs. Or like, I don't understand. And we were talking about this the other day as well. Like, Kenya uses her long hair as if that is a badge of honor, as if no other woman of color is able to have long 24 inches of hair. She brought that into, because Tanya said it was fun shade with the wig, even though Kenya brought the cookie lady and turn it into something else. And Tanya and Kenya finally admitted she wore wigs to protect her 24 inches of hair. It don't matter if you wear wigs to protect your bald head. At the end of the day, a wig is a wig is a wig. Like if you wear wigs, Nene wear wigs, Marlo wear wigs, Cynthia wear wigs, y'all all wear wigs. We don't know what's under there. Hell, for all we know, Nene got 24 inches of hair. We don't know what they got under there. So Kenya and that 24 inches of real hair, that's what she said, 24 inches of real hair. It wasn't like, it's not an accomplishment. It's really not. It's featureism. Thank you, Ann. Thank you so much. That was interesting. They talked about Toronto and how when Kenya hinted that someone's significant other was cheating, we come to find out, we already know she was talking about Tanya, but Tanya brought up the fact that there was more than one person privy to the information. In fact, the whole alliance was privy to the information. Kandi, Cynthia, and Kenya. Kandi, Cynthia, and Kenya were all privy to the information. Kandi claims, I was asking, was it about me? How was you asking it? Was it about you when they have already deduced that you were privy to the information? Like Kandi go play the game. We already know Kandi playing the game. She playing along. She acting like she blind. She don't see. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing about the cookie lady. But Kandi knew everything about the cookie lady. And Tanya tried to call her out about that. Like, if you knew about the cookie lady, why you didn't say nothing? Kandi gonna say it wasn't her responsibility, and that basically Tanya needed to learn to, take up for herself. And I'm like, wait, you're telling Tanya to take up for herself, but you be riding for Kenya as if she can't speak for herself. Just during part 1 of the reunion, Kandi interrupted when, Nene and Kenya were going at it to say that, Kenya's relationship is real. She has a beautiful baby, Mark, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, isn't that taking up from someone who doesn't need to be taken up for? Why did you interject in that? I'm just confused. So, it was just, I didn't understand that, because it's like, at the end of the day, like Tanya said, you would be mad if somebody brought someone saying that Todd was messing around and we knew about it. And we know y'all are married, y'all in a serious relationship. Like, why wouldn't we, give you the heads up? It seems like a whole lot of snakeism. Everybody keep talking about who's the snake. I don't know. It's kind of feeling like it's Kandi, but I digress. Tanya tried her best to read. She was trying to read. She was like, Kenya was in the sunken place and she wanted to pull others down. And she was like, you're in the sunken place. And she was like sinking down in her chair. You're in the sunken place, Kenya. You're in the sunken place. And, Kenya, she was just like, you're just corny. Because, Tanya didn't rehearse her reads like Kenya did. Because you saw, Kenya rehearsed her read. Hell, Nene rehearsed her. That you saw Nene had hers written down. I bet you Kenya had cue cards over there. But there's that. But Andy said that Tanya is not corny. She's Canadian. She is not corny. She's Canadian. But it's interesting. I would like to salute Porsha for having her friends back, because we all about lifting each other up around here. Friends have friends' backs, and I get it. That's why Kandi have Kenya's back, but I don't even think they friends. They in an alliance. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. So in Tanya's defense, Porsha raises her hand. I have a question from Porsha in the ATL. Porsha had a question for Porsha in the ATL, and Porsha said she wanted to ask a question to Tanya. And you already know that Porsha knew the answer to the question before she asked it. She knew. And she asked Tanya, she was like, do you think Kenya acted alone? Do you think that Kenya acted alone? Dun, dun, dun. Now we finally get to call out Cynthia. We finally get to call out Cynthia, because Tanya said that Cynthia knew about it. Cynthia went behind Kenya's back and actually told Tanya about it before going to Toronto. So Kenya was even saying, like, yeah, and if Cynthia knew, like, they weren't even phased by it, because like I said, they in alliance, they really don't care. But she feels like since Tanya knew that she knew about the cookie lady or whatever the case may be, that it was premeditated for her to bring the wig to hurt her. But I feel like because Tanya knew, she didn't feel like it was gonna be that big of a deal. Like, since Cynthia told her that, she wasn't necessarily a peach holder, that they wouldn't make it a big part of the show. Like, sure, there's a cookie lady, blah blah blah, but okay, but let me bring this wig as fun shade. But Kenya took it there and was scheming the whole time, like, oh, I'm gonna bring the cookie lady. What would you do if somebody's spouse, if you knew that they were, might have possibly cheated, would you tell them? It's like, girl, come on, Kenya, you could do better than that, Kenya. But they finally called out Cynthia, because Cynthia knew, and Cynthia had told Tanya in advance. Oddly enough, Kenya goes, well, Cynthia had nothing to do with it. And Porsha says, well, wait a minute. In the after show, and they pull receipts. In the after show, Cynthia admitted to almost inviting the cookie lady to Brooklyn's party. Remember, Brooklyn's party was at the beginning of the season. And so Cynthia finally admitted to, wanting to invite the lady to Brooklyn's party. But, finally speaking, Cynthia been on mute the whole time, and her computer wasn't on mute. She was just on mute. But she said that she was privy to the information, but she had nothing to do with the cookie lady coming to the brunch. So again, they be playing semantics. It's our word plays. Like, I knew, but I knew about, I wanted her to come to this event. I didn't know about her coming to that event. So that being said, Porsha kind of forces Cynthia to admit her part in the scheme, her part in the alliance. Y'all say she's sneaky. Everybody's sneaky. Kenya knew about it. Kenya still standing by her friend, saying Cynthia didn't know. When we found out Cynthia really did know, this is getting good. So that being said, Kandi, and I kind of touched on this a little bit. It's like, why you don't have an opinion, Kandi? All of a sudden, Kandi don't have an opinion on anything to do with the alliance. Kandi always got an opinion on everybody's story, because we trying to figure out what Kandi's story is at this point. Because damn, you done talked about Nene's friendship with Wendy. You done talked about Kenya relationship with Mark. You done talked about everything. Like, where is your story, Kandi? But anyway, Kandi said she didn't want to have an opinion on the cookie lady. She said she wanted to stay out of it, because she didn't know Tanya like that. Blah, 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 blah. Again, like I said, she keep interjecting at everybody else, but she don't know Tanya like that. I guess because Tanya was cool with Nene, and so she didn't want to get in there. Eva, and I'm going in order of my notes, y'all. So Eva was talking about, changing Marley's name. Y'all remember we talked about this throughout the season, and I didn't feel like it was right. I understand you feel like that your relationship with your baby daddy, you have regrets, but now she's accusing him of being, physically violent. But in accusing him of being physically violent, she wasn't really honest about their relationship. Now, Eva claims that she and Kevin McCall were never in a serious relationship. They were just hanging out, and she just so happened to got, pregnant. It was an oops baby or whatever the case may be. They were just hanging out. They had sex, and she had a baby. But the internet will lead you to believe that they was like a real live couple. Like, they had been together for like a year or so or whatever, at least a couple of years. Right. It's two sides to every story. Right, Amber? It's two sides to every story. So Eva, she has a platform, which, I would hope that Kevin McCall speaks eventually. I mean, they say he crazy. I don't know. But Eva claims that, her sperm donor was suing her, because she never says his name. I don't think she can legally, but who knows? She said her sperm donor was upset about her changing the name. And so he filed a countersuit to get the name changed back and for child support. And y'all remember, I don't know if you remember, but it's on straight from the A.com how Kevin McCall got to fighting at the courthouse. He was just so happy. And and I'm not making excuses for him because it's wrong. It's wrong. It wasn't police brutality. He was just acting a fool and he shouldn't have. But he was walking through the courthouse and he was just so happy to be there in Atlanta because he was from Cali. He probably had scraped every dime to get here because he ain't got no money. He had scraped every dime to get to Atlanta to go to court to get his baby's name changed back and, you know, to get something happen, to get it overturned about Eva changing his daughter's name, wanting to see his child. And he was on live. And so one of the sheriffs told him to get off live and he bucked up like, I'm not on FaceTime and I'm not going to do it. And And so, yeah, and the scuffle ensued and yeah, he got arrested and yada, 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 yada. He couldn't even pay for his lawyer, child. He couldn't even pay for his lawyer. Poor thing sat in jail for so long. The lawyer that he had that was actually defending him on the paternity or the paternity case, you know, had to, you know, gracefully bow out because, you know, she wasn't that type of attorney. You know, she couldn't work pro bono, I guess. And so like Mike, like Mike. But you know, it's just an interesting situation. That being said, you know, she was saying how their relationship wasn't really serious, but she would not take it back. She would not take it back because she got the greatest gift out of it, which is her daughter, Marley. But then she also talks about, you know, domestic abuse. And she brings up the fact that, you know, a lot of the ladies on the show have been involved in relationships that, you know, were volatile. And she knows that has been a hot topic in some seasons. And I hate to think that she would like use that as a, you know, conversation point because she is scraping for, you know, a peach. But for she said that, you know, he beat her so bad. She was in a domestic violence situation. He beat her so bad, you know, she didn't tell nobody until the police got involved. Now, I say all that to say it kind of conflicts with what she said at the beginning of her story. At the beginning of her story, she was saying they just used to hang out and she got pregnant. Then at the end of her story, it was like they was in this long-term abusive relationship. So I don't know what to believe. I'm not saying she lying because I wasn't in a relationship, but the story just didn't add up. That's all I'm saying. It didn't add up. You can Google, you know, Kevin McCall and Eva, and y'all can go through and y'all can see all the stuff that they went through. He might have been crazy. I don't know if he hit it, but my thing is for her to start off saying that they weren't in a relationship and then to say that they were, it's just you left something out. That's all. I'm just confused. But anyway, Eva ended up crying, you know, because she said she did not want to talk about him. So she got up, snatched her mic up, and she was, you know, at the bottom of the screen, it said, I fight with any of these ladies, but I don't want to talk about him. And she ran off, you know. Then Kenya got up to call her or whatever. And it's like, okay, girl, now you good friend. You know, you got to keep the alliance together. So while Eva's gone, Andy moves on to talk about Porsha and Dennis. Now, there's been a lot of blog rumors about Porsha and Dennis. Remember, that's one of the reasons Porsha don't see it for Eva, because Eva was like, you know, I could send her a few of these blogs if she want to talk about her man or whatever. And the odd thing about that was Eva's husband was representing Dennis against the blogs. So Porsha has every reason to be mad at Eva. But, you know, there's that. So Andy asked her about the blog rumors, you know, the drug use, bestiality, blah, 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 blah. You know, and Porsha was like, it was kind of hard dealing with that, but they made it through. She said that she and Dennis are quarantining together with baby PJ and her mom, you know, unlike Kenya Moore, who's not quarantining with anyone except baby Brooklyn. She's a single mom. You said, do y'all remember Kandi's daddy said that Kandi's mama and aunts ran him away? I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just reading the comments. Okay, so where was I? Porsha and Dennis. Okay, so as far as, you know, Dennis keep getting caught out there. You know, it seems like all eyes was on Porsha and Dennis. After Porsha had a baby special, and after she got engaged and all of that stuff, it's almost like it was like all eyes on Porsha, which is kind of a good thing because Porsha be trolling sometimes because she want the blogs to talk about her. Hell, the more people talk about you, the more. You remember what I told y'all? It's like, you know, everybody loves to be loved and hated. Everybody loves to be loved and hated. So Porsha says that she knew about Dennis being out at 3 a.m. She even knew the friends he was with, but you know, she said, you know, people taking those sneak pics and it hitting the blogs and all that stuff. She said, you know, it didn't feel good and it didn't look good. And she said that Dennis agreed. But whatever the case, you know, they moved on. And they also, someone asked if, you know, a question from the viewers that Andy got. I don't know where he got these questions from. I guess he got them from Twitter. He said, do you think you moved too fast in the relationship with Dennis? Porsha said, yes, she does feel that way. She said she's a hopeless romantic. She's a hopeless romantic, and they both wanted the same things. She said she should have given him a little more time to move on from his other situations. Now, as far as the wedding is concerned, you remember during the season, Dennis mentioned he didn't want to pay for a wedding. You know, if you want a wedding, you need to pay for it yourself and all that. So Porsha says that Dennis feels that way because, you know, he knows the scrutiny that they've been under. You know, y'all been reading the blogs. Y'all didn't see the blogs made up some stuff. Some stuff was true. Some stuff was fake, whatever the case may be. They are in the public eye. They have to deal with things as a couple, and that's got to be difficult. You know what I mean? Like, imagine every single time you go out, even if you go out with your sister or your cousin, somebody taking a picture saying, Dennis was out with a girl. Dennis was out with a woman. Like, it's got to be hard. So, you know, Dennis said he doesn't want to pay for a wedding where people are judging him and, you know, feeling like, you know, he's cheating and all of that stuff. You know, people read the blogs, whatever. But, you know, I guess that's something they just got to get acclimated to because, you know, you in the public eye, people going to talk, people going to say certain things, but it's something that they just got to get used to. So, you know, Porsha said he wants a small wedding. When speaking about the situation, you know, Kandi seemed to be pretty mute about it. And Andy asked Kandi, why was she so mute about Porsha and Dennis's relationship when, if you remember, KMZ was was hot on the trail. Like when they first started, you know, when Porsha was pregnant and all that, Kandi was telling everybody about, you know, Dennis's girlfriend. She knew one of the girlfriends. She brought one of the girlfriends to the party, all of that. So anyway, Kandi claimed that she didn't want to publicly have an opinion on Porsha's relationship because she's trying to be in a better place with Porsha. Nene speaks up at that time and says, well, you know, Kandi should understand, you know, how I felt about Wendy Williams. Like, you know, I had already said, like, I was trying to be in a better place. We had agreed not to talk about it publicly. So Kandi, for whatever reason, didn't seem to comprehend that. Kandi knew exactly. Kandi knew exactly what she meant. So, you know, here comes the fake beef because Kandi was like, is she trying to compare her and Wendy to Dennis? And that is not what that is not what the comparison was. The comparison was she did not want to speak about it, just like you don't want to speak about Porsha because you're in a better place with Porsha. So you don't want to ruin that better place. Nene chose not to speak about the situation with Wendy because she felt like she was in a better place after, you know, they made up after years of feuding. So why speak on it? Like, dude, like, what is so hard to understand? So it's that whole fake beef. Nene says, girl, go get your smoke somewhere else. You can't get here. Go get your smoke somewhere else. While they arguing about that, Andy, that's the perfect time for Andy to bring up the question of, look, what is this beef y'all got? Like, where is it coming from? Kandi says, you know, we was cool throughout the entire season. I don't know. Nene was like, girl, you been shady the whole season. Like, they may have been cool, but Kandi been very passive aggressive. Kandi been riding for Kenya. Kandi been, criticizing Nene making up with people. Kandi don't like the fact that Porsha made up with her. Like, it's like, girl, like, you don't see your own actions. Do you not see your own actions? So Nene says, Kandi says that it's about, Nene claiming what she said on her YouTube channel. Nene was like, that's my personal YouTube channel, and I wasn't talking about Kandi. Nene admits, she said, look, she came on my channel. Remember when she came on my channel? She said, I done called her, I have texted her, I done told her 5 different times, I'm not talking about you. How many times I gotta tell her I'm not talking about her? Kandi was like, well, who you talking about? Who you talking about? And then he was like, look, I ain't got to answer to you. Why does she have to answer to her? Like, really, for real. Why does she have to answer to her? That whole little argument that who you trying to run from and all that. Nene was like, I ain't running from nobody and blah, 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 blah. It was like Andy had to mute them both because they both was yelling at each other. Finally, Andy unmutes Kandi and lets her talk. And Kandi, says that, look, it's gotta be about me because I was starting production on my show when she said it. And it's like, girl, like she already said she was not talking about you. Nene said she even texted her. Eva dips in to correct Nene because Nene kept telling Kandi she forgettable, unforgettable, forgettable, unforgettable. It was so much going on. I guess she kept mixing up the words. And then Nene starts to go in on Eva again. Stay on the bottom, go lick some bottoms. Eva just needed to get in there. It's like, girl, you come back from crying about Kevin and you automatically just step in a beef. I don't get that. Andy, I'm glad Andy kind of sort of put a stop to the whole situation because it is fake beef. Because Andy was like, well, it could be you or Kim Zolciak Bierman or Kim Bierman, which it is. So if you go watch the videos, because she said she talked about it on more than one video. I think Kandi might have got the last video, but if you've been watching all her videos like us fans do, she said in some video about, people having blonde hair and blue eyes, getting show after show. And so she, in the other video, she was just reiterating that what she had said in previous videos. And she was talking about how the brown girls don't get as much respect as, the other ladies. So Kandi, for whatever reason, waited to the end of the season to pick a battle and say, it's about me, when it wasn't about you. And so that whole beef is so manufactured and we see right through it. We've been talking about it for a minute on this channel. If you're new here, go ahead, like and subscribe. Go look at the Housewives playlist and check my stats and let me know if I'm right or wrong. That was interesting. That was very interesting. They ran another package, another little, segment, another little video montage of Kenya and Cynthia's friendship. And the whole thing starts off with them talking about Nene. Nene is toxic friend. What about Nene? Blah, blah, blah. During the whole little thing, it's like they're showing a scene of Nene looking visibly upset. Like, look, I'm tired of this, child. I keep hearing my name. They talk about things that ain't got nothing to do with this. And look, let me go back because I skipped all over Kenya bringing Gregg into the situation. Because when Andy asked Nene if Mark was her karma for, the way she treated other people's relationships. And Kenya clapped back by asking if Gregg was Nene's karma, if Gregg cheated on her with the help was her karma. And it's like, girl, you coming at Nene with something that she told y'all. She told y'all on Angela Yee's podcast this story. Had she not told y'all would have never known. The blogs would have never ran. She spoke about it. So Kenya was like, is that her karma? How is that her karma? And I'm thinking to myself, here we go again with yet another situation of them, another incidence of them bringing in something that had nothing to do with the season. Gregg was barely even in the season. The man just recovered from cancer. Now y'all dragging him into beefs and stuff. Like, I feel like it's fair to talk about Mark, but why you dragging Gregg into it? Deflection, right, Jim, buddy? Just deflecting. So when she did that, it was just interesting. So I could already tell that, you know, it was, you know, Nene asks, well, who is Mark messing around with then? You know, you need to be worried about who Mark is messing around with. And it's not Kenya. And so Kenya was like, she don't care. She don't care. We're separated. Now, wait a minute. Just the last episode, you weren't separated. The last episode, you were in counseling. He wanted to make things work, and it was good. Now, look, this was all taped in the same day. They just split it up, you know, for 3 episodes. So how is it an hour or 2 after saying, you know, that y'all in counseling, are you now saying you don't know who he's sleeping with because y'all separated? He could be sleeping with anybody. I don't know. We're not together. You're not together. You're not together. Oh, well, honestly, you weren't never together because we don't even believe your marriage certificate is authentic. But there's that. Now let me get back to the end. Let me scroll back to my notes to the end. So yeah, when they ran the little montage of Cynthia and Kenya's friendship, and they was talking about Nene being such a toxic friend. You can see Nene seeming to be visibly upset. She was shuffling pillows. She was talking up under her breath. She said something like, you know, they're talking about it, you know, if I wasn't here, who would they talk about? You know, dang, you know, here it is. They talking about me again. And so she shut her laptop down again. And we got to see the same notes that we saw the first time, because I'm like, they using that same clip. I feel like they using that same clip over and over again, but you know, it is what it is. Nene shut her laptop and the alliance gets all happy about it. The alliance, you got Eva talking about when it get too hot in the kitchen, you know, it is like, girl, they were like, I didn't even feel like it was hot at that point because Cynthia was talking. Cynthia was like, well, let me talk about Nene first. And then Andy interrupted her. He got on his little mic like, Nene's not coming back. Nene's not coming back. Wait a minute. Our cash cow has left the building. Shut up, Cynthia. We don't want to hear from you right now. Shush, Cynthia. What's going on? Somebody get Nene on. Somebody get Nene back because nobody's going to watch if she's not here. Get her back. Get her back. So, you know, they just shut Cynthia up. Cynthia, they had, you know, they just left it at that. Kandi was laughing. Eva was like, it's too hot. Get out the kitchen. Whatever the case. They don't know what to do now that Nene gone. And so we see a little clip for next week. Yo-Yo comes. Yovanna. Yovanna comes, honey. She got on gold, honey. She got on her best spider lashes. Her lashes touching her hairline. She got on gold eyeshadow. She is ready. Yovanna came in like, I am going to slay. This might be the last time I'm ever on TV. I am going to slay. I'm going to glue these lashes on, and y'all not going to tell me nothing with my quarantine makeup. You can't tell me nothing. So she came in there looking like she's about to just tell every lie you can think of, child. And the crazy thing is, in the clip they showed for next week, Cynthia must have realized she hadn't said nothing for hours, and she finally pipe up and say something about, if Yovanna lied, why is she here? She lying. And then she's made some comment like, if Nene's not here, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And I guess the whole narrative is that Yovanna ran Nene off. But from my perspective, and I don't know if you saw what I saw, it would seem like Nene left well before Yovanna got there. So how did Yovanna run Nene off? Now, if you're a member of this channel, you already seen the text messages. I got a whole video about Snakegate about the text messages proving that Yovanna did say she had audio. It was video that was captured on her phone, and she took the audio from the video. That's why they kept flipping it between audio, video. Is it audio? Is it video? Nene, when they was in Toronto, and Nene was like, audio, damn, video, damn. I don't know what the fuck it is. And then when she was talking to Yovanna in the hallway, when she was like, I'm trying to have your back, it was because Yovanna's husband told her it would not be a good look if our clients see that you are surreptitiously recording somebody from your phone without their knowledge. Even if it is legal in Georgia, it is not right. So her husband, being, a kind of, streetwise type of dude, he don't want his friends thinking that his wife is recording. Men, mainly men don't be want nobody recording around. You don't know what they're gonna be talking about. So I don't know how they're gonna play that. I don't know, because remember, the text came out after all of this had been discussed. So look, I've been talking for 54 whole minutes. I should leave right now. I should shut down my computer and go right now. Like, that's it. That's the end of my commentary. Good night. That is the end of my commentary. No, but as far as I can tell, like, I don't know if they might edit Nene back in. If they don't, I don't know. But I don't know. It's like they used everything in the first episode. Like, at this point, do we even care what's gonna happen? We already know. Do y'all want to call in? What y'all want to do? Let me see. Oh, it's 2708. How many people is on Facebook, and how many people are on look, they go on Facebook. Cynthia needs a prune. She's so crazy. Yovanna made Nene run. You think so, Angelique? How do you become a member? The member is youtube.com/MichelleBrown/join. If you type it into your browser, it should come up. Take calls. Hold on. I'm putting the link in the chat. The link is in the chat. Call in. You don't have to turn your camera on, but you do have to. Hey, Princess AG, thank you so much. Hey, Puffy's mom. Hey, C. Patterson. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate y'all. Nene needs to stop shutting her computer down and face her enemies. I mean, how much should anybody take? How much should anybody take? Call Nene. Nene need to call me. Anybody take? How much should anybody? Hi, you're echoing. Call Nene. Nene need to call me. Anybody take? Echoing, Justin.
How you doing? Hold on, I'm trying to. Hold on. Okay, there we go. How you doing?
Good. How you doing today?
Good. So, part 2 was boring. It really wasn't. I don't know. It was like a lackluster. But I got some points I want to bring up.
Okay.
So, what I don't understand is, like people say like stuff like when Kandi sticks up for Kenya, but it was never no issue when Kandi stuck up for Phaedra. Like, that's just how like Kandi is. Like, y'all know when she get close to somebody, that's just how she is. She's ride or die. So when people be like, oh, she kissing Kenya's ass and this, that, I'm like, but she did the same thing with Phaedra.
I guess with Phaedra, she was like real friends. I feel like Kenya, she just friends for the show. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Kandi don't hang out with Kenya out when the cameras ain't rolling. We never see them together. Like with Phaedra, they knew each other before Housewives. So that's why, it was like we gave that a pass as opposed to this Kenya situation, in my opinion.
That's true. But I don't know. And then as far as what Nene had said, like, remember when she had called in that time and then she was talking about like basically how she left and this, that, and the other, and they kept directing stuff to her. And then she was talking about, why didn't y'all ask Kenya questions about the cookie lady and this, that. So I'm watching the show and I'm confused because Andy did ask the questions about the cookie lady. And then there was something else too that was on there that Nene said wasn't. So I don't know. Like I'm lost. Like again, I'm nobody's team, Michelle. You know how I am. But at the same time, too, the show has been successful without Nene when she took that season off before. So it could be
successful without Kenya too now.
Yeah, yes, it was. But I don't know. And then this stuff between her and Kandi, like it's just getting on my nerves because if you look at it realistically, yes, Kandi didn't start on season 1, but she started on season 2, and Kandi is the only one besides Cynthia because Cynthia came in season 3. So Kandi has been going nonstop on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like Nene is the OG, but she did take a season off because she was tired. So I just feel like look, Nene is your girl. I'm gonna say what I say.
No, I mean, we can agree to disagree. It don't matter. You don't have to support her just because I do.
Okay, well, look, this is how I feel. This is how I just view it. I feel like Nene low-key is a secret admirer of Kandi. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like we all know, before Kandi got on the show, she had her first tags location, the one in Smyrna. You remember that? She had that, and then she's gone on to, I think she has one in Vegas, and then she's online and stuff, or not swag tags, I'm sorry. And then you see Nene has gone on to do tags and stuff and all that. I'm not saying Kandi has created, you know, boutiques or shopping or any of that, but I do see some similarities where Nene can, you know, kind of bite off a little bit of what, you know, Kandi's doing. Even no, I'm not tripping. I'm not. Even I've heard things where because look, Michelle, I live in Duluth, and I'm not gonna put it out there, but there's a place down the street from where we live that Nene always goes to. This restaurant, and Nene has talked about possibly trying to buy that restaurant, but the owner was wanting to charge too much. So it's like things, you know, it's similarities. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying she wants to be Kandi or anything, but you know, she is some similarities. And Nene's boutique may be more popular, but Kandi's is popular too. Kandi got a boutique in Las Vegas. Tags is in Vegas. So, I mean, Nene went and put her...
Nene got Miami, she got MGM Grand, and she got Atlanta.
She do. I give her that. She do. But I'm saying they both some money making rich bitches. So.
Well, okay. So why should either one be jealous of another?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Nene's jealous of her. I think Nene admires her hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get Nene started the show. I'm not saying she's jealous of her. I think she admires her hustle. Oh, there's another thing. Kandi was the first on that show to start a YouTube channel, and Nene followed shortly after. So I'm saying there's...
I have been trying to get Nene on YouTube for a while.
She likes her hustle.
Kandi was on YouTube and wasn't doing nothing with it. Kandi been on YouTube because of her music. Like, she's been on YouTube.
Yeah, she wasn't. But I'm just saying, for me, I see similarities.
Okay.
You know,
they both bosses. I agree. They both.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to pit them against each other. I just want everyone to realize that. But I just see similarities in them. And I kind of hate it because on this show, it's like the white people pit them against each other. I think if Nene and Kandi came together, it would be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nene is a fun person. And I can understand what she's saying with, like, what the game's production plays and try to make her look like this person, but it doesn't help either when she lashes out on the girls. Like, I don't see how Kandi started something with her. To me, it seemed like Nene chimed in, and then, you know, Kandi go say what she gotta say.
Well, look, thank you, Justin. I would let you talk forever.
All right, I'll come back later.
I was a little bit short because I ran over. I didn't realize I talked for an hour. Why y'all didn't give me no smoke signal or something? I was just running my mouth, just talking.
Well, thank you, Michelle. I'll try to come back later, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye. Hold on. Oh, shoot, come through pajamas. Come
Hey,
through.
How are
How
you?
you doing, Nick?
Michelle, can I do a quick shout out to my Instagram page?
Sure.
Everyone, please go follow me on NickJ_21 on Instagram. I'm a small P to the pod. I'm trying to be like Michelle, so just go follow me, okay, guys?
Okay, now talk about the show.
This is a hot mess, okay? Nene, of course, is always reigning supreme. Happy birthday to Kandi. We appreciate it. But all it was about Nene the whole time. That was it. But one thing I could say, what's her name? Kenya looked phenomenal.
They all look great.
Yeah. But Kenya, I'm like, gee, I feel so like bad because
I think Kenya had too much highlighter on her cheeks, though.
But she's beautiful. I'm like, this girl got to be really crazy. How are you so beautiful, so well spoken, so poised, so everything, and yet nobody? It's always some drama with you and the man. But she's to me, she is drop dead gorgeous. Kenya is beautiful, but I don't know. I feel bad for her.
Well, thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you and your time.
Well, thanks for having me on.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. I was just in a giving mood, y'all. I was just in a giving mood. So the squad saying no free promotion. Squad saying no free promotion. Y'all be Rashad.
Hey Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. Nice picture. Why you want to be on camera?
Just not today. I'm not feeling it today.
Y'all get on my nerves, child. I'm not feeling it either, child. I'm not. I ain't got no lashes on my child. Anyway, go ahead.
You'll see me on camera soon though. Just give me a couple more days. My birthday coming up Friday. It's Gemini season.
Shout out Rashad's birthday.
It'll be this Friday, May 22nd. You know, Gemini season. We'll be running this soon. But anyway, tonight reunion, it was kind of boring. I didn't care for Rumpelstiltskin's storyline. You know, Eva. You know, she need Kevin to make herself relevant. So that was just a blur. I'm disappointed with Cynthia. I can't believe that she kind of brain dumb about everything. And then of course, Raisin Brand, Kenya Moore. So sick of her.
Why y'all so wrong? Why?
I'm just so sick of her though. It's just like everything about her is toxic. And then Cynthia can't realize that she has a toxic friend now. How she's gonna say Nene is toxic? Like seriously, like maybe Cynthia brain is too chilled at the moment. She need to wake up and realize who's the real friend versus she trying to shade Nene. And for Kandi, I don't get her. I really don't understand Kandi. I guess she's gonna be Mama Joyce 2.0 soon. The way she keep acting, the people she keep hanging around with. I just don't understand.
2.0.
Yeah, it's Kandi just gonna be Mama Joyce 2.0 because it's just like she hanging around Raisin Brand and Raisin Brand energy rubbing off on her. I'm like, Kandi is smart and I like Kandi. She's smart and intelligent, but it's just at the same time like, come on, Kandi. You already know if Phaedra Parks was coming back on that show, she wouldn't have that same energy which she had tonight. Talking about I'm embedded in your motherfucking brain. Like, come on now. If Phaedra Parks
ain't embedded in nobody's brain, child. But I mean, it's a good line, I guess, if you're gonna use it.
Phaedra Parks is embedded in her brain, though. She need to. So we'll see about that, though. She need to keep that same energy when Phaedra come back. Maybe she'll probably be closing her laptops and running off soon. Who knows?
Right.
No, because she did say once that if Phaedra did return, she was gonna leave. Maybe that's why she's doing her new spinoff show. Maybe she know Phaedra coming back, and maybe she's gonna just focus on her spinoff like how Kim Zodiac did.
Whew. Well, Rashad, thank you so much. Your reads be quick. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm like, I don't know why they bring Tatiana on the third part, part 3 of the reunion. Tatiana is Yovanna.
Why you call her Tatiana?
She a desperate hoe over there. She a Tatiana. She needs attention. A dot. Like how you find a dot on the ground or, a dot somewhere. She's a dot. She needs her attention. just
Lord.
desperate. But anyway, I wish you a good night, and thank you for picking me up for the call. And I love your show, and I'm gonna continue to support you 100%.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And you have a good evening.
All right, you too, Rashad.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Oh, so many of y'all. So many. Jazzy Bell, wake up.
Yeah, you know I'm back asleep. All this Kandi hate.
In that picture.
All this Kandi hate going on.
Can you be online if you're gonna be a part of the Kandi Coded Click? You need to be online. It's your boss's birthday.
What you mean online?
I mean, you need to be on. You need to show your picture. It's your boss's birthday
on camera.
Yeah.
No, I got Pico short done today. My face is red and swollen.
Y'all getting on my nerve.
Okay. And I'm still on strike anyway.
What you on strike for? Anyway, what do you think about this show? Y'all better hurry up.
Okay, look. Are you on the Patreon?
Huh?
You going on Patreon?
Shoot, not now.
Why?
I need a break.
Michelle, you ain't. Okay, anyway, let me say what I got to say.
Yeah, I go on Patreon right after this. Dang, y'all
okay.
Work all the time. I forgot to put my earrings on.
Am I the only one who noticed that Cynthia got crunk when Nene left?
Yes. No, you're not the only person. I know
that. Also, do you remember when Nene got into it when she had that little beef with Lisa Vanderpump?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am not a Kandi clicker. What? I don't like that name. Find something else. Okay.
Do you support Kandi's businesses and her entrepreneurial ventures? Are you one of the bedroom Kandi salespeople in that multi-level marketing scheme that Kandi run over there?
It's a marketing scheme? I don't think it's no marketing scheme.
Oh.
Why y'all mad because I like Kandi? I like Nene too. I like both of them.
We like you.
Yeah, but y'all ain't gotta diss me because I like Kandi.
We just want to know if you are selling sex toys.
No, I ain't no Avon lady.
Okay, all right.
No, but for real, the reunion is okay, but I do feel like okay, the first part they was focusing on Nene, which I got tired of that because they were like ganging up on her, and then tonight they were making it about Kenya, but Kenya did get called out on a lot of her lies though, which I was kind of proud to see, but I don't know if that was like a part of production's plan, like you said. Like, did they set that up? Or
wait a minute, did they set up what now?
Like, okay, because tonight, you know how she said me and Mark are separated. I don't really care what he does. He might be sleeping with somebody or whatever. And then Porsha was calling her out on her lies or whatever. And then Kenya was deflecting when they asked her about Marlo's weave thing. And she was like, well, Shamia drank my product or whatever like that. So I'm saying, was she acting obtuse or was she just like, did production tell her to, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they set that up? Because it was weird.
Yes, it felt like they set it up because it's like you talking about something that it's not even relevant.
It was just weird the way it flowed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like they laid off of Nene this episode. But no, I don't shop at Tags, Phaedra and Bianca. Those are Phaedra's people. She got Phaedra middle name.
Well, thank you so much, Jazzy Bell. I appreciate your input tonight, honey.
Just make sure you go to Patreon because I got something to say.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Y'all be trying to work your girl. Y'all be trying to work me. Hey, RR.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Just a little bit sleepy from watching the reunion.
Aw.
It was boring.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all earlier, but I'm like, and I can't believe I talked about it for an hour. Dang.
It was boring. The only funny part was when Porsha had her own question on the card. That was the only funny part.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I felt like she had Tanya's back because she's like, we finna call Cynthia out. I have a question.
She did. And it also seems like Tanya and Eva are on the outs.
Tanya and Eva. You think so? I think Tanya and Porsha are cool, and I think Porsha and Eva on the outs, so Tanya and Eva on the outs.
Okay, we'll take that because Eva's boring anyways. And she didn't need to overreact that much from that question.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you knew this. I know you talked about this in your last video. Did you know that Claudine auditioned for Real Housewives of Dallas?
Who?
Claudine?
Who is that?
Claudia. I just call her Claudine.
Oh, we don't know her. We don't care. I
But
gave
yeah,
her
she
all
did.
she don't get.
She replied to one of my comments because I commented on her Fox Soul YouTube page. I said, you know, her and her producers need to find something else to talk about. And she tried to read me. And I was like, Claudia, I still don't care.
Womp womp.
But the reunion, this part we could have done without. It was boring. And the production seems a little bit, they've gone back to that sloppy way of like things not making sense and us, they're not coming to any resolutions. They just get loud and then we just move on.
That's how I felt. It's like they ask a question, they give an answer, and then they just move on. Nobody like tried to dig deep into anything. And the fact that most of the questions were about things that did not happen during the season.
The season,
Was this a show or this a reunion? A reunion would have implied that you're trying to resolve conflict that occurred during the show.
Yeah, I agree. And it just seems, I think what people are starting to, or have been misunderstanding with the whole Nene and Kandi thing is, I think out of everyone, outside of their paychecks, Kandi is the one that benefits the most. She gets the good edit. She doesn't get the villain edit. And they're constantly promoting her businesses outside of even her spinoffs. She profits the most, and her seat does not get shaken as much as Nene does. Mm-hmm. And Kandi, to me, does not pull her weight. Even though she was the bone carrier of the season, she didn't get any heat from anybody because the people, you know, she has an alliance on her side. Candy's always goes where the numbers go. Mm-hmm. Kandi never gets that villain edit. I'm sure she's not a perfect person.
That's true.
And her businesses get promoted all the time. I'm sure Nene is there, you know, has the cameras following her to do business deals or when she's working on projects or whatever the case may be. But Nene doesn't get those edits.
But look, that's the perfect time to go to the note that Nene wrote that I read at first, and we need to go back to it. She said, "It only felt right to personally remove myself from the reunion. So much had happened this season. The cookie lady, Mark and Kenya's fake marriage, Dennis's accusations, Snake Gate, and much more. But drilling me on subjects, muting me, flashing back to things that had happened since the show was wrapped, like my relationship with Wendy while in quarantine. Why didn't they ask about Candy's restaurant shooting then if that's what we're doing? Interviews I've done since we wrapped the show that has nothing to do with the show. After deciding that apologizing for certain things was only right." I don't know, something wrong with that sentence. But anyway, that wasn't genuine enough. Starting over with little sis Porsha was made fun of. And here they go bringing someone on the reunion that I was personally told by executives wasn't allowed on set anymore. Bow. All this and so much more felt like the rules only applied to me and that I was being held to a different standard than others. But you continue to be the judge. What do you think about what she said?
I agree. I agree. And, you know, people that don't like Nene they're not objective, or Kenya fans are not objective enough to see exactly what she's talking about. But I think she is true. Nene constantly gets that same villain edit. She constantly does it. It's very rare that we see Nene in a different light. And if they told her that Yovanna, whoever, is not allowed, and then they bring her to the reunion, they're contradicting themselves.
I agree.
So it's just like I don't even think Nene should come back at this point, because it seems like no one is for her. Even production works against her. They're not being impartial. They're leaning one way and they're trying to sway the viewers to think one specific way.
Well, there you have it. Well, thank you, RR. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for taking my call, Michelle.
All right. Goodbye.
All right, I'll be in the chat. Goodbye.
Why y'all be sitting back in the back? I'm kicking some of y'all out the studio. If you've already been on, I need to kick you out the studio because other people are trying to get in the studio, i.e. Jazzy Bell, i.e. Rashad, kicking y'all out the studio, kicking y'all out the back. If you have already been on live, we got to let some more people call in who are trying to get in. Hold on, can I see? I'm trying to let people who are on camera come on first. Hi, Freddie.
Hey, what's up, Michelle?
Hey, I'm trying to see your name. Freddie Harris. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
So what did you think about this?
Um,
Are you
hey,
watching me back there? It's echoing.
yeah, I need to mute the TV.
I'm gonna come back to you, Freddie. You muted yet?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. I was kind of disappointed because I always, watch the show with Bay, and the season been so drama filled. I'm thinking, the reunion gonna be spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of, I mean, I'm a straight shooter, so I'm just gonna say it. Um, that alliance was bootleg. You know, Cynthia is bisexual on the cool. She been trying to lick on Kandi the last 2-3 years, and everybody know it. And it ain't called Kandi Coded Click for nothing. Stop laughing, Michelle. Stop.
I can't help it. I'm trying to hold back. Go ahead.
All right now. Okay. Well, let me jump off Kandi for a second. And Kenya Moore, if you ever saw how long Kenya tongue is, she done out.
See, that ain't
That's all
nothing
it
but the
is.
Lord. The Lord
That's all
messing
it
up
is.
your sound.
Okay, look, I'm gonna say it again. Kenya got a big old tongue. Hello?
I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. Kenya done put that big old tongue on Cynthia and ran her crazy. However, Kandi and Cynthia have men in their lives. So they can't bulldog full time. That's all it is. And Eva the bald head ass need to stop.
You say that foot. Okay, Freddie, are you a comedian? What is going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm known to pull a joke or two out of my hat, but I'm being serious.
Freddie, where you calling from, Freddie?
I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. Okay, who else you got? I can't. I don't know if I can take much more. Who else you got?
Now, only thing with Nene, and I like Nene because she a gangster, but I don't like her, slamming her computer closed, because it make it look like she running, and then all they do is give the rest of the chicks ammunition to aim at her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we all know Nene's stronger than that. It's just I don't like how I don't like I can understand, it do feel like the weight on the world on her, and they coming at her left and right, and other than Porsha, she ain't really got no help. But Porsha kind of, she goofy too, but she done stepped the game up a little bit. I don't know what's up with Dennis, and so I'm kind of waiting on next week, and I was left wondering, is Nene gonna pop back up, or is over with, or what?
She might be gone for good. I don't know. You saw Andy trying to get her back. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I appreciate you, Freddie, for our comic relief. I appreciate you.
All right, now I know you're gonna get that inside scoop one day next week, so I know you're gonna drop the T if you get it right.
Yeah, of course. I've been dropping tea all. You remember the Patreon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna drop it.
Okay. I can't wait.
Okay. Thank you,
Uh,
Freddie.
all right.
All right. Y'all can turn the TV back up now, Freddie. Turn the TV back up. Y'all are not gonna read my squad members. I love my squad members. Where y'all at? Put y'all city in the chat. I want to know where y'all from because y'all's killing me. I be thinking it's just Atlanta, child. Y'all be worldwide on the. Y'all be worldwide. Keisha Keish.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey.
Hey, I just want to say hello and thank you for taking my call. But
No
I do want to say that tonight, the reunion was kind of boring.
Yes.
And I want to let everybody know before I get started that I am Team Nene. So go
Okay.
ahead with the hater comments, but I am. But anyway, I'm gonna go down the line and talk about each and every one of these girls. First of all, Kandi needs to do what Nene says and learn from the lunchbox. Okay, she need to learn it from the lunchbox because my thing is if Nene says she's not talking about you when it's her own personal YouTube channel, she can say whatever's on her mind. If she says she's not talking to you and she's texted you and she's communicated this with you several times, then why do you want the smoke? Basically, you know. And second of all, um, before even the reunion started, like they just made like they were just promoting that Nene was just red up and down and she just slammed her computer and walked off when Kandi got in, her grill or whatever, which, I'm sure I know that was editing or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But my thing is I feel where Nene is coming from now. I'm not saying she's always right because she's not. It's more about fairness. And she just feels that right now they're not treating her fairly as far as like the alliances and they can do this and say this, but then when she does this and she apologizes for it, it's not sincere or it's not coming from a good place or they just want to fight with her just to be fighting with her. And I get that and I can understand why she walked off because they were pretty much throwing things at her that for one she's already spoken about publicly. So you
Uh-huh.
can't attack someone when they've already spoken their truths publicly to everyone in regards to Gregg.
Right. How
Like,
you gonna use something she said in an interview against her?
yeah, like Kenya was like, I got all of these receipts, but her receipts are, expired, to be honest, because she's bringing up stuff from years ago, when Nene had the short haircut and a different shade of blonde hair or whatever you want to say. And I'm like, okay, so that's you want to come at Marlo and Nene for messing with the same person. First of all, Marlo did that to, of course, so-called blackmail Nene because again, Kenya was trying to befriend her to make Nene jealous or make Nene mad. She was being spiteful. We all knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nene already said, she never slept with a guy. She was, FUC, his pockets or whatever, which I don't fault her hustle or anything because I'm pretty sure all the other girls have at one point dated someone that had money and they did what they had to do for a Louis Vuitton bag or a car or whatever. So I don't understand why that's the problem when she brought that on the show. She didn't like deny it or anything. And with Eva, it's like she keeps butting into everything, and Nene keeps reading her, and like, okay, girl, stuff that don't even pertain to her. She just got to put her 2 cents in, and she gets read. But when Porsha says something, as you can see, like she bow down. It's like okay, she don't really go hard on Porsha like she does on Nene or whatever. And then with Kandi, I thought that was so messed up about the cookie lady situation. I really
Uh-huh.
do because like you said today, on the show, they got clarification that Cynthia knew about it. Everyone knew about it before Kenya brought the information to the dinner. And that is just really, that's messed up. Because if
Mm-hmm.
Nene would have did something like that, oh my God, that would have been the talk of the reunion, which again, the snake gate wasn't as big as the Tanya and Kenya situation with her calling her a cunt and everything. And they already showed clips where, Yovanna said that she made it up, and then Nene was like, "No, she told me that she recorded the girl, whatever." And there's, receipts out there. So I just feel like this reunion is just bringing up a lot of old stuff.
It is. I don't know if they was just bored. It is. We are in the quarantine, and maybe some of the writers not available. None of the producers are available. The editors not
Yeah.
available, or something. But for them to like just be focused on all this extraneous stuff that didn't have nothing to do with the whole season, it's just like, okay, I guess that's what the people wanted to know. So.
Yeah, I mean, like with the Wendy Williams thing, I mean, that's just a relationship pretty much off camera. They only had conversations maybe once or twice over the phone. That shouldn't even been brought up, period, because I mean, I'm pretty sure they have other friends. Like, I'm sure Kenya uses Claudia platform. I mean, they're
Mhm.
friends. And matter of fact, Claudia sent me a nasty little message on she clapped back at me.
Y'all just gonna make me talk about that person, huh? Let her tell it. I've been talking about her for 5 years.
I had made a comment. I was like, wow. I said, for someone not to like the show or watch the show, every time someone comes on to or she interviews someone, she brings up Nene name or she brings up Kenya name. She brought Kenya name up with Kim Fields. Kim Fields like, no, I'm not even gonna shed light on that. I'm not even gonna give her the time of day. We can talk about something else. So she, Kim Fields shut that down. Anybody that has either been on the show or affiliated with them, she brings their name up. And she did that the other day with the Cynthia and the Marlo interview. Only thing I said was, you say you don't watch the show, but you know a whole lot of everything. And she clapped back at me like, "Why are you here? Why are you? You're watching my show." And I'm like, "No, I'm here because I'm a Marlo fan. I just want to see what they were talking about." But I said, "Boo, you supposed to be booked and busy, but you got time to respond to me. Okay, I get it." And I just left it at that.
Child, leave her alone. She a little touched. She a little touched. But anyway, thank you. Look,
Yeah,
thank you,
thank you. I'm
Keisha,
sorry.
for
Thank
giving us the
you.
rundown. We appreciate you.
Love you. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye. I'm sorry, y'all. I be looking down at my computer, so if it don't look like I'm looking at y'all, I be looking. I be trying to do 5 things at one time. Hold on, let me see who in here. Hold on. Who this?
Hey,
Fat Foodie?
yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted
You
to
look like
say,
me. I can't. I don't know where to look. How you
I
doing?
don't know where to look, honey. I'm all over the place. Anyway,
Did
I
you
wanted
like
to
the
say
show?
that I noticed that when Kenya was like, well, was it okay when Shamia drank the water out of her stuff? And then Porsha was like, well, that was Shamia. And
Mhm.
but it wasn't Marlo. So why did she do that to Marlo at Marlo's event with the band? I mean, Marlo didn't do that. I know Marlo said whatever she said about her being, like a step parent, I mean, or whatever that was, but she apologized, but she didn't go as far as to ruin her event.
But did you
Um,
notice that every single time Kenya was called out about something, she would deflect? So and so did this to me. So and so did this to me. I'm only returning the same energy. It is like, but what like each and
no,
every time, and the only apology she gave was to Tanya for calling her a cunt, and that was only because she was halfway forced to. But anything else, Kenya never apologizes for anything she
nope.
does, and she always hits below the belt.
She does, and I noticed that too. And I said, "No, this is not flying." You know?
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. It's very sketchy.
It
But
is.
that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you for calling in. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you for being on camera.
okay, bye bye.
All right, thanks. Let me see how many people I got in here. How many people? One, two. Hold on. And y'all know I be trying to take people who on camera first. Hold on. Any of y'all want to be on camera? No, no. Everybody, nobody on camera. I see y'all though. I'm gonna get to y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Charlotte.
I know it's gonna be the queen, baby.
Yes. Better have your computer on mute.
Michelle,
Yes.
why is it every time I get on here, I cannot hear you? I believe you have secretly muted me or something. It's something about me. I'm going to try to get on from my computer because I don't know what it is
I can hear you.
about me. You always, Michelle.
You can't hear me. I can hear you.
Yeah, I get on camera and I'm always muted.
You can't hear me. I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, well, let me just talk then. I just have to hear myself on the television. Anyway, I just have to hear what you're saying on the television because I can hear. Let me say this right here. Tonight's show was boring. It didn't have any substance. I don't know if am I echoing, but anyway, it was boring. I think that of course I just don't like Eva. Eva has nothing to bring to the show. She was sitting there, they kept talking about her eating cookies. I was just waiting on somebody to say, look, it seems like that's all you like to do is eat cookies. They was talking about she ate 10 cookies from the cookie lady. But I do think that she was extra dramatic when she got up, from talking about the guy. And she was like, oh, just like a little kid having a temper tantrum. I mean, she's the one that keep talking about him. She don't have a storyline, right? She has to use this boy and keep talking about this boy, which is what she's done since she's been on the show. Since she's been on the show, she's been talking about her baby daddy. Now she want to call him a donor. I think he was bigger than a donor. I mean, you had a full relationship with him. Y'all slept together. Now I can see if he hid it and you got pregnant, then you might can say a donor. But you had a relationship with this dude. When y'all sleeping together for a period of time and all that. But anyway, okay. I don't condone the violence and all that, but come on, quit acting like your experience, like I just don't like that. Like she just was doing too much. I was hoping that she would have pulled her shirt up after they told her that her breast was social distancing. I would have hoped that she would have pulled her dress up because that looked a hot mess. And it ain't got nothing to do with no baby shaming. So people don't need to be, I don't want to hear no mess about having no baby. That ain't got nothing to do with your titties looking like a plastic doll. How they breastfeed. But anyway, enough about Eva. I hope they just get on off the show and get it over with. I didn't understand how Marlo, how she didn't really come with anything. Like she let Kenya really talk crazy.
Charlotte, you froze, Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to talk offline. I'm gonna have to show you how to log in because we've been wanting to hear what you got to say, Charlotte, and we can't have all that. Okay, Ilaka.
Hey, Michelle. Hello.
Hey.
How are you? You good? I'm good. Okay, so I've got a whole lot of notes written down, so I'm just going to follow my list so I can get off there really quickly and not hold up the queue, yeah?
It's all good.
Okay, so basically, I think the producers actually really aggravated me with the way they edited the whole show. It was such a mess. Mm-hmm. It was a complete snooze fest because I was like, okay, what's going on? It was just so confusing. It was all over the place. Mm-hmm. And bringing back all these old things, like from 8 years ago, I could have sworn a lot of things were resolved. A lot of those issues were resolved. And it's like they were trying to bring back old issues to try and add fuel to the fires that were already happening. And that didn't make any sense because anything that needed to be discussed had to be to do with the current series and not previous ones on things that were already discussed at previous reunions. What you're trying to do, give us our money's worth. Right. Give us our money's worth. We're watching a show to see new things. Why should you keep repeating the same things over and over again? So that really, really actually got my last nerve. And the ugly comment, I was just like, wow. Kenya straight up said, you are the ugliest person in this whole cast. I mean, it's one thing, everyone throws shade and things like that. And yes, people will probably say, oh, but Nene has said that Kenya has got bad skin. But yeah, a lot of people have got bad skin. I've had my fair share days where I've had bad skin, and it's easy. I can either buy skincare products, I can see a dermatologist. But to tell someone that they're the ugliest person on the cast, I think for me, with the way I find Kenya and actually the way her and her friends roll, they're very superficial. For them, it's like being pretty, being beautiful, having a certain type of hair or skin color or whatever. That's an achievement. How can that possibly be an achievement? I'm sorry, but anything that's to do with aesthetics does not make a person. It does not make a character. And the fact that Kenya cannot see that, that actually even amplifies the type of person who she is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Let me see, I've got my whole list, don't I? Kandi's angle, I'm not understanding. What exactly is Kandi's angle? Because this is the woman who is supposedly the one with this highest net worth on the whole show, the one who is quote unquote Miss Atlanta, you know. What is her angle when it comes to Nene and always assuming everything Nene says is about her? To the point of saying, oh, you're embedded in my brain, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Kandi, come on, behave yourself, girl. Behave yourself. Know yourself. Like, at the end of the day, just because Nene vents about this, that, and the other, it doesn't mean that she's talking about you. You know, you need to look, is she that narcissistic? Is that what it is? Because I'm not understanding. Why does she even need the show? If she is so big, if she's so Miss Atlanta, and yes, people say, oh, it's good for promoting. No, if she's so big and bad, she won't even need the Real Housewives of Atlanta to promote her product, to promote her brand. Her brand should be able to stand on its own if she is that big and bad,
right?
In my opinion. So I'm not understanding what her angle is, unless she was just using this fake beef with Nene at the end to promote her new show, because it's the only way people are going to remember what it is that she's up to, maybe to get the views up on whatever show it is that she's filming right now. You know, right. And another thing that I'm kind of sick of in regards to what a lot of the women, you know, talk about in interviews. Oh, this one's got no storyline, no storyline. I'm sorry. These are people's real lives at the end of the day. Okay, if we're going to talk about storylines, then each and every single person who's actually on this live, guess what? We all have storylines. My storyline is to make sure that I feed myself, that I pay my rent, that I pay my bills. That's my storyline. Everyone has some sort. There's not a single person in the world that actually doesn't have a storyline. Everyone has something going on in their life, unless they're just sleeping on the sofa and not doing anything day in, day out. Yeah, then maybe they don't have a storyline. As a matter of fact, even homeless people have a storyline. So I don't understand this. Oh, this person doesn't have a storyline. Oh, you're trying to say that they don't actually have a life? They don't wake up in the morning to try and, you know, keep a roof over their head, to try and feed their family, to try and take care of their business. That's a storyline in itself. So then to stop with that is just, that's so old. I'm so over the whole, you got no storyline, you got no story. I'm over that, to be honest. And then when it comes to Eva and the whole situation with her ex, obviously I'm not for domestic violence of any form or shape. But the problem with Eva is, one, her selective amnesia. And two, she's got this thing where she's cried wolf so many times, so much that when she does come with the truth and she tries to explain things, it's very difficult for people to actually believe, even if, yes, there's been police reports or whatever in the news or whatever has happened, you know, people have got an idea, but because people don't know the full truth, it's hard to grasp onto Eva's, you know, point of view, or where she's coming from, or whatever story it is that she's trying to tell. You know, it's hard. It's like, okay, where's the truth? I know people say, you know, there is two sides to every story, and then there is the truth, right? And so we don't know what the actual truth is between what Eva is saying and what her ex is saying in regards to the whole domestic violence thing. And I found it quite surprising that, you know, she went off and cried because she was very uncomfortable talking about the situation. But as soon as she got back on camera, it's almost as though she was not in a bad space a few minutes ago. It's almost as though like she was not really affected the way she said she was affected. And for me, that's very, questionable. You know,
Well,
I'm just saying.
to be fair, you know, they do edit and stuff, so we don't know
Yeah.
what the time factor is and all of that. But yeah, they
That's
did
true.
make it look like she just came back and was just back
Yeah.
to normal and ready to read.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, because like you normally, like when you've been come off and you're upset, you need a bit of a cooling period where you can even tell, you know, from the body language, that sort of thing, like, okay, this person is still feeling a little bit emotional, but they're trying to get it together. And we never got a chance to actually see that, which unfortunately, if it is editing, it doesn't look great for Eva. You know, how it is. And speaking of producers, this is something I've just heard. I'm not sure how true it is, but is it true? Because, you know, every housewife is assigned a producer, right? And that's the producer that tells them to say, hey, you need to up the ante for your part, this, that, and the other. Is it true that producers actually get either a bonus or a little bit extra money whenever for each episode their particular talent has kind of like really helped, you know, make the scene what it is? And do you think if this is the case, and if it is in fact true, I don't know if it's true. If in fact this is true, do you think it could be the reason why some of these women, and possibly even the producers, maybe the whole alliance thing, where maybe some of the producers actually happen to get along and they've helped form that alliance? Because obviously they cannot form alliances. The cast members cannot form an alliance without their producers getting involved. The producers need to know about it. Do you think that could be part and parcel of it? And also maybe key to them trying to boot Nene out of the show so that maybe Nene's pay can be distributed even further to the other women.
That could be possible as far as the pay is concerned. Now, I don't know if they get bonuses, that sort of thing, but I do know that the producers play a big role of, you know, getting them to improv more, getting them to react to certain things more, of course. You know, and like somebody said, the producers do have favorites, you know, but at the same time, the producers have to work together. They have to build the story together.
Right.
I don't know that they're trying to boot Nene out. I don't know. You know, she said several times on her channel that she feels like it's somebody higher up, like an executive. She never said it was production. So, I mean, these are things that she said. So if you go on her channel and listen, so I don't know. Because
and also,
if you notice, she brought up the fact about wearing black. Remember?
Yeah, I was actually about to bring that up as well. Yeah,
told her that, or at least told her to second guess, you know, what she was wearing. She also said in her text, her Instagram today, that executives told her not to have Yovanna on the show anymore.
On the show,
yeah. So it's like maybe it's somebody higher up trying to kind of sabotage her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And I think that's kind of crazy. And maybe it could be the reason why she also hired Lisa Bloom, because I was also thinking, because obviously Porsha's kind of been leading the charge in terms of like really reading the girls, and Nene has come out here and there, but not as we would normally expect her to. And I think in as much as she probably tried to not let the whole wardrobe thing get to her, I think it actually did. I think it threw her off. And I think that maybe was part of the plan, so that she can be ambushed and they can just really dig in to all the things that they did dig in on about, which is the Wendy Williams, all the things that took place basically after the show, you know. And I think the wardrobe thing was a tactic to kind of throw her out, to throw her off her game, to be honest, you know. I personally think at this point, if this is the direction Bravo, whoever the executives are up, you know, the direction they're trying to take, I think Nene says, she said before that she loves producing, she loves doing things behind the scenes, and I think she's got the intellect, and I think she's got the creativity to be able to create her own show as a producer. And besides, there's more money if you're the creator producer, executive producer of a show. And if Bravo doesn't accept it, there's loads of other networks now that would be in a position where they can actually be able to take on her show. And if she's getting 2.5 million, she'll probably be earning a lot more. It might not happen today, but it will eventually come. You know, she can just, this is basically will be her kind of, you know, planting her seed, and, you know, she'll reap it later.
Right.
That's what I think about that. Yeah. You know, and I think some other people are saying, oh, the other guy earlier, I know he's saying he's unbiased, he's in the middle, he's not team anybody, and he mentioned, oh, you know, the tags boutique thing versus swag boutique thing, but on the show, apart from the boutique side of it, Nene did Broadway first. Okay, Nene did Broadway first. She did Cinderella, and she did what was the other, Chicago, and Kandi went and did it after. Nene was doing the acting thing on mainstream shows, okay, on large networks. None of the girls were really having that until of late. Nene did Dancing with the Stars, and then the cast members followed suit. Nene did Apprentice first, and then the cast members followed suit. And so I don't think Nene is really after whatever it is that people think she's after when it comes to Kandi. You know, I think, yes, she probably admire her as a fellow businesswoman? Of course, who wouldn't? At the end of the day, you know, who wouldn't? You do admire your fellow, you know, businesswoman, right? Your fellow business person, if they're doing well, you have to admire that. At the end of the day, what's there to hate apart from saying, oh my gosh, I can actually do this as well? But that people constantly trying to make it seem like Nene is actually after what Kandi is after. I doubt that very much, because it kind of seems quite the opposite. Even when it comes to the friendships, I've noticed a pattern. Some people have painted a pattern where Kenya has gone for all Nene's friends, but I actually have also seen a pattern where Kandi has actually aimed for people who Nene has been close with. And that's inclusive of Porsha. As a matter of fact, I kind of feel like Kandi sort of bought Porsha, putting her in her play, making sure she's included, helping her with her song. Same thing happened with Kim. Did not Nene and Kim fall out because of Kandi's involvement, after Kandi's involvement with the song?
Yeah. Yeah.
Porsha's fallout with Nene came after Kandi's involvement with Porsha. Kandi did not like the fact that Nene was a shoulder to cry on for Phaedra, and was very curious about what it is that Phaedra spoke to Nene about, and which is very mirror to how she's reacting to Porsha making up with Nene. It's like, what is Kandi's real problem with Nene? I have not seen. I know Nene's done some things which sometimes I'm like, oh, she's put her foot in. But I've never not once seen her get so paranoid over friendships. Like, what is Kandi's problem? So, yeah, and the person who said Kandi is a snake, yes. To be honest, forget Yovanna. She doesn't not matter. She's not even a snake. As a matter of fact, I think she's just a worm. She's just down there in the dirt. I think the biggest snake is Kandi, because she's that person who's very good at basically showing out and saying, I'm the amazing person. No, I'm not going to sit on the fence. No, I'm trying to be everybody's friend. No, I'm the good person. Look at me. I'm so amazing. You know, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for this, that, and the other person. However, she's the same one who will basically say, you know, don't you think that person talked to you funny? Don't you think that person talked to you funny? You start thinking, actually, I think they did. Before you know, you're like, actually, that person was against me. So I don't think she directly says things. I think she kind of plants seeds in your ear until you finally see things from her perspective. Yeah, I think that's my list. I hope I didn't bore you guys.
You covered everything. You get the Emmy of the day, according to everybody in here.
Oh, thank you, guys. Again, I'm here up early in the morning, 4:25 a.m. for me here. But again, because I can't sleep, I'm in quarantine, lockdown. So, you know, I end up staying up and just like watching these lives and just, you know, following along.
I know, right? Me too. Well, I appreciate you, Alaka. We will speak soon.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Whew. Y'all, I got so many calls in the back. I did not mean to go this long. I have been on for 2 hours talking about a 1 hour show. I will take at least. Oh, I know y'all been holding for a while. Don't be mad at me, but I can't. Let me take about 2 more calls. Hold on. Tisha Brown.
Hey, world.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm a new subscriber. First of all, I enjoy the show.
Yes, welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad.
I love how you love RHOA. Okay, so I have a quick list. I'm gonna run through it without no stops.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
First thing is, I'm in North Carolina, by the way. NC in the house. Okay.
Yes, NC.
All right, so the first thing is Kandi wants all the smoke. She said Nene was singing her songs before Housewives. No, we were singing escape songs. No one knew you on a singular level. All we remember is I fly above all the haters, and that was a flop. So nevertheless, they sat there and allowed Kenya to make an excuse for every single thing she did, but Nene couldn't break free from anything. Then Kandi trying to deflect wants to say, "Oh, Porsha, I love you, but," and then she'll say, "Oh, Tanya, you cool, but there's nothing when it comes to Nene." And the fact that she always talking about Nene means who and who brain. And if I may quote, she was watching Housewives before she came on Housewives and knew Nene, because she said in one of those seasons, she said she thought she would be cool with Nene if all the people on the show, out of all the people on the show, which lets me believe, because you're not trying to comfort her. Oh, wait a minute, let me read my notes. Okay, so that lets me know that you're trying to comfort her every season. Every season but the third season reunion, her and Nene had a beef. Kandi bedroom Kandi was due to Phaedra. If you remember, in one of the seasons, Phaedra and Porsha was in a little some type of shop, and they was like, "Ooh, look at this sex toy. I need to introduce this to Kandi." And all of a sudden, Kandi came up with bedroom Kandi. Phaedra introduced Todd to Kandi. Oh, okay. Then because of the stuff that Phaedra said to Porsha, then Kandi came up with the dungeon. Everything that she's had that well, I'm not gonna say everything, but majority of the stuff that Kandi has had that was successful came from somebody else's idea. Her play was a flop. So I mean, that was her idea. Something she tried to rush and put together, and it flopped. Her little solo songs flopped. I don't remember none of them. We remember every word to every Escape song. So, nevertheless, and then the thing about Kenya and always talking about her hair, her hair, her hair. Yeah, she got 24 inches of heat damage. I mean, come on. When you see her hair wet, you can tell from her straightening all the time, her hair is not all that good. It's been 24 inches for 4 seasons. What a lie.
You're not lying. I'm listening.
So I mean, you bragging about nothing. And even if you remember back when they did that little scene before when she still had them 2 little ugly doggies, they was like the lady came in to bring her that fake baby, and she was like, "Why the baby so dark? Why I can't have no light skinned baby?"
Yeah, Kenya said some problematic things over the years. Yes.
So she got a problem with the way she looked. Apparently, she feel like you got to be high yellow or almost white to have good hair. That's why she's still trying to hold on to hers. Girl, you need to cut it down and start over again. You've been hanging on to that same length for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, but I digress. That's my thing.
Well, Tisha, I appreciate you. Look, I would let you talk forever if I had already been on an hour and 55 minutes. But I appreciate you for calling.
I subscribe to Patreon, so I'm good. If I have to come on another time on Patreon, I'm good.
Oh, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you in there. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, I can't go no more. Shout out to the people in the background. I know y'all waiting. I know, but this live has gone on and on and on and on. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna make a point of coming back tomorrow, even though I don't normally go live on Monday. I'm gonna do a messy Monday tomorrow. We can talk. I was supposed to go live on Patreon tonight, but yeah, I don't know. Let me figure it out. I might do a late one. Meanwhile, I would like to thank some of these people who joined today, Miss Cumming, Mai Tai, and Juicy J. I also like to thank some of these people who super chatted. Just me, me who ain't scared. Thank you so much. Said keep it up. T Couture said Kenya runs Kandi and Cynthia. T Couture again. You mean old girl with the messed up toes? Y'all still talk about her. Me who ain't scared said Kenya is unhappy. Y'all don't notice. Thank you for the super chat. Lori Williams, thank you. I love the real crew. Porsha, Nene, Marlo, and Tanya. Miss Main Event is a new member. Manna Teaching Ministries is a new member. Leslie is a new member. Quan sent a super chat. Shell Jones is a new member. And JJ sent a super chat. I also would like to thank the people who hit me up on PayPal. Like, I'm just like, where's all these blessings coming from? I appreciate you. Who was this? Hold on, let me go in here because I heard it go off. Miss Erlene, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. The Cash App's chosen one. I might be talking to somebody who sent some from the other day that I didn't thank. Lachelle, Dante, Charlesetta, and Paris and Beverly. I appreciate all of you guys who support the channel because I know y'all ain't seen no commercials, and I am only here by the graciousness of you. If you want to help me come on more, donate to the channel. My super chat or Cash App or PayPal or Patreon or however you want to support, that keeps me coming back because a lot of times I don't get monetized. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's just a crapshoot, and I've been very, very honest about that. You said, Michelle, this is your cross. You must bear it. Give us 4 hours. 4 hours? What the heck? I cannot do it. I apologize. Not tonight. This show don't even deserve 4 hours. Look, y'all in the back of the chat, I love you. I do. But yeah, it's time to go. It is time to go. Hold on. Let me put my music on. Oh, not Chris Brown. Don't play no Chris Brown. Hold on. My playlist be cracking me up. It's just like songs just be popping up. Like, how they get in there? Hold on. Hey. So go ahead and put your aliens in the chat as you come out. Oh, thank you, Charlotte, for sending me a Cash App. I see y'all. If you haven't already, like this video, please, and thank you. We put in work tonight. I took so many calls. I talked to so many people. The squad was in the building. Everybody was on point. We read everybody from A to Z. Even though it was a lackluster episode, we did get a lot out of it. So if you are just getting here, feel free to rewind back to the beginning. This will be up. The replay will be up. And I'll probably shorten it up and post a little clip. If you are new here, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining. Like this video. Yeah. You can join my Patreon if you like. It's patreon.com. I am ATLian. And membership has its privileges as well. Yeah, check out the perks. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me take this off. Let me take some of this stuff off. Hold on. Yes. Hey, okay. I see y'all. Look at all them aliens in the building. Look at all them members. Rich Bitch, DJ, Kendrick, Kanisha, Miss Main Event. Okay. Hold on. John Edwards, Miss Kitty Cat Queenie, Miss Graham to you. Who else have I not repeated? Rosalind, Brina, Bree, K May, Kendrick. Okay. We got everybody in here. Fee Love, Melissa, Mr. White, Donna. Oh my God, I am so blessed to have such loyal subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Good night.